Directory-based environments. A directory-based environment gives each environment its own root module. The root module owns provider settings, variables, resources, and state binding. Separate directories prevent dev changes from automatically entering staging or prod. The same resource type can exist in each directory without sharing state. Terraform reads the current directory as the active root module. A directory can hardcode environment defaults inside local values. Local values turn repeated names into one controlled expression. The environment name becomes part of every managed object name. That naming rule prevents dev and prod resources from colliding. State separation protects names only when the names are also unique. The dev directory can choose smaller CIDR space. That choice affects only the dev state file. A plan from the dev directory cannot update prod resources. Terraform binds resource addresses to the current root module. Directory boundaries make environment intent visible in source control. The prod directory can use the same resource structure. The prod values are still separate Terraform input data. A larger CIDR block changes prod without changing dev. The duplicated root module creates an explicit promotion step. Code movement becomes a reviewable change instead of workspace selection. Terraform state records objects created by one root module. A backend block binds that root module to one state location. Separate backend keys prevent dev and prod state overlap. State overlap causes Terraform to compare wrong desired infrastructure. Directory-based environments reduce accidental cross-environment state writes. On a submarine, two watch stations can follow the same procedure. They still keep separate logs because context changes risks. A clean procedure with the wrong log creates false confidence. Terraform has the same failure mode when environments share state. Directories should duplicate environment wiring, not resource internals. A child module holds reusable resource construction logic. Each environment passes different input values into the module. The module creates consistent resources from isolated root modules. Provider configuration is inherited from the calling root module. A module variable declares what each environment may change. The root module supplies environment-specific values at call time. The child module does not decide dev or prod identity. That separation keeps reusable code from hiding environment policy. Reusable modules become safer when root modules own context. A directory tree shows which root modules can be applied. Dev, staging, and prod become separate execution targets. Reviewers can inspect which environment a change touches. CI can run plans only for change environment directories. The file system becomes a control surface for deployment scope.